Nikki begins to suspect Jack and Diane, and Nick finds out this week on The Young and the Restless, Sally is expecting a baby. Sally tells the truth, Victor drops by to see Kyle, and Sharon offers advice to Chance on a major life choice. While visiting the Abbott home with Kyle in summer, Diane explains that she has shown her loyalty to Jeremy by returning the jewelry to him. She details how she manipulated his shower time to place evidence. Jack reveals to them that Chance carried out the search and surrendered Stark to the Chicago Police Department. Kyle is still unhappy about the unexpected shift in schedule. Summer wants to know whether they are positive that Stark will be sent back to jail. To Jack's mind, the family has been successfully shielded. Summer explains they lied to the police and breached the law. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but are we expected to be thrilled by that? Jack objects that they had to get rid of Stark. Kyle is terrified that he will escape and attack his mom. Someone at your doorbell. This is Nikki, according to Jack, who reportedly spoke with her last night. Let me handle this for you. Upon Nikki's arrival, he admits her and reveals that the intruder was actually Jeremy Stark, who was presumably planning to frame Diane. I didn't know it was connected to Stark. Or you, Diane, Nikki reflected. In order, Kyle and Summer leave. Nikki is surprised by Jack's level of expertise and wonders how he learned so much about the topic. Jack claims that he and Diane visited Stark shortly before Chance arrested him. Nikki makes a remark about the timing and how unusual it is that a convicted thief traveled all the way to Chicago to rob her. Does law enforcement have any speculations about this? Simply put, yes, I do. A necklace was stolen from Nikki and Victor's Chicago apartment, and Chance broke the news to Sharon at Crimson Lights. When she inquires about his involvement, he explains that he was brought in through Jeremy Stark and his ties to Diane. Sharon feels it's a clear-cut case, as Chance ponders, doesn't it though? Instinctively, Sharon knows he doesn't feel quite right. Statistically speaking, Chance says, no, it's not. Where are as the world turns stars now? According to Chance, Stark is a horrible guy, but Sharon finds this hard to believe because he has never been arrested for robbery. The puzzle is complete, but he is unhappy with how easy it came together and the fact that he only stole one jewel. On the way to Chicago, he heard Stark ranting about how Diane and Jack Abbott were trying to frame him. Sharon acknowledges that it does all seem really convenient. In Jebat, Victor sees Adam and explains that he is trying to locate Kyle. When Adam finds out, he naturally wants to know why. Adam isn't convinced by Victor's assurances that he wants to keep talking about Summer and Harrison with him. He wants his dad to give it to him straight and explain everything that's going on. As they argue words, Victor wonders why everything has to be a fight. Adam is aware that both his dad and Kyle disapprove of his current employment situation. Are you hoping to hear that I've completely burned out? When Victor finds out he's selling lip gloss, he naturally wonders why. Adam speculates that he may have pressured Victoria into offering him a lowly role at Newman by threatening to resign. The arrival of Kyle and Summer. To buy some time, Victor approaches his grandson-in-law. Upon entering Sally's suite, Chloe discovers that Sally has been struck with morning sickness. So that she would feel better for their scheduled appointment with Jill, she packed along some medicines. Nick says, "Hey Sally, it's me," as he answers the door. With a sigh, Sally gives up. When Chloe sees him at the door, she immediately offers her assistance. Nick ignores her and continues walking. He was only passing by to send his best wishes. When he sees Sally, he remarks that she is not presentable. "Have you got that tummy ache again?" Chloe continues her ramblings on the widespread norovirus. Chloe insists that she is prepared, but Nick presses her with, "What are your symptoms?" Sally had politely requested some quiet time alone. Nick gives Chloe the go-light to proceed. "For a moment, please excuse me while I go find Sally." When he is by himself, he starts to question, "Is there more to this bug than you're telling me?" Nick observes that it's more than simply anxiety, and he remembers that she declined his offer of a drink the night before. Sally was trying to get her mind on straight. "I've gone through this a few times," Nick admits. "Is it possible that I'm experiencing morning sickness? This, according to Sally, just won't stop happening. I didn't want to say anything until I was absolutely certain. Is that so?" Nick probes. She confirms the rumors with a nod and a soft, "I'm pregnant." In the Crimson Lights, Chance asks Sharon if he should go now that he has reservations. He considers the possibility that he no longer has faith in his actions. While Sharon is no stranger to the breaking of the law, Chance has spent the majority of his career working within the system. Things aren't always black and white, and compromises must be reached. He can't do anything about it. Only he knows whether he's in a place he doesn't want to be. She speculates on his actions if he were to shake things up. Chance is totally clueless. Perhaps, Sharon considers, I might help you with that. Sharon mocks Chance by suggesting that he could become a dance instructor by adapting the skills he learned in the military. He laughs at her demonstration, then asks if sequins are required. They have a good time and he thanks her for taking his mind off of things. Sharon is relieved that he can act foolish with her. Chance just then receives a text message from the Chicago Police Department informing him of Stark's arrest. I need to check in with you on this. However, I do regret that I must depart at this time. They give each other sidelong glances. Sharon assures him that she'll be there, actively considering the various job options available to him. It all depends on her solution, and Chance will be patiently waiting. Just before he leaves, they lock eyes one more. At the Abbott residence, Jack informs Nikki that Stark was detained while wearing the necklace. Nikki snorts and says, "How fortunate for you." Diane thinks it's funny how Nikki's bad luck ended up becoming her salvation. Think about that. There were no evidence of a break-in, so Nikki is baffled as to how Stark gained entry to their residence. To paraphrase, it was as though he knew the alarm's passcode. It was the same as she remembered it from her time there with Jack. When Chance knocks on the door, Jack opens it for him. For all he did for her last night, Nikki is grateful. She wants to know how Stark deciphered her door code. The oddsmaker believes that's a terrific inquiry. Stark, he says, is also quite publicly professing his innocence. Jack laughs and claims he is not innocent. Unlike the people of Genoa City, who Chance says always play by the rules, Chance wonders. Nikki needs to leave, but Chance assures her that she will be kept informed about her jewelry. Chance informs Jack and Diane after she leaves that Stark was denied bail. This news has come as a relief to Diane. Chance tells them that the parolee's reckless breaking and entering of an apartment makes no sense to him. Who commits grand theft and forgets their reading glasses at the scene of the crime? It's impossible for Jack to fathom how his brain operates. Is there anything else you two need to tell me about what happened? Chance inquires. Jack states that he and Diane are at a loss to provide any further explanation. According to him, the Chicago Police Department has made a completely legal investigation. Random affirmations. It appears as such, or so it seems. It's his intention to see himself out. Adam tells Kyle at Jabat that it's unfortunate that the boy is allowing his dad to control his life. He wonders whether his goal is to put him in his place. This is a topic on which Kyle has zero expertise. Adam learns from Summer that her Valentine's Day plans include a favor from her spouse, as requested by Summer's grandfather. Kyle and Victor are in the office, and Adam is thinking about how Summer is being dragged into the family drama once more. Summer claims he is experiencing a paranoid surge. Adam says jokingly, "Phyllis taught you well." He understands that Victor is taking advantage of Kyle's dislike of him and not because of any romantic holiday. Kyle is in the grip of Victor's manipulation. If there is anyone who knows how to do it, it's him. While at work, Victor confronts Kyle about his lack of response to his calls. Kyle is sorry. He has been worrying about his mom. The implication of Stark is not lost on Victor. According to him, red flags should have gone up when he made that connection, and Kyle should have cut off contact with his mother. When it comes to loved ones, he imagines that's always challenging. It's unclear to Kyle whether this topic was the reason for his visit. Instead of Adam, perhaps, the Newmans are the right family, according to Victor. He thinks Kyle is upset because he will be working with his father. Kyle rarely sees him and freely acknowledges that he wasn't a top priority. "I will never put my trust in him." It sounds like a huge order to get Adam to leave Jabat and return to Newman, so Kyle asks how he proposes they go about doing it. Nick visits Sally in her suite, and Sally assures him that she was planning to tell him all along. She just wasn't ready to break the news just yet. He probes for her reaction to the shocking revelation. With a sigh, she says, "Stunned, mostly." Sally is struggling to process this new information. Nick is still confused as to why she didn't inform him sooner. Sally is feeling totally overpowered right now. She has a good idea of how other people view her, so this is only confirmation. Nick claims that it is irrelevant what others think because this is all about them and she is fantastic. Sally expresses concern, saying, "We're meant to be taking things slow. This is not a slow process. Nothing could have gone wronger than it has so far." She has a soft spot for him, but she wished they could have continued their carefree, sweet, and seductive routine for a little while longer. To paraphrase, how is this not intended to change everything? Diane, at the Abbott estate, presses Jack for confirmation that all of this is indeed happening. Has Jeremy left already? With a nod, Jack adds, "For good this time." She sighs with relief that everything is finished and starts to cry. As a result of their relationship, she now sees herself as having a promising future. Jack admires her because she is formidable and wonderful. She realized she only needed support and reinforcements to conquer her anxiety. He was delighted to be able to help her out in that way. They share a passionate kiss. Jack and Diane engage in sexual activity while in bed upstairs. After a conversation that confirmed all of Chance's worst fears about being a police officer, he returned to Crimson Lights to tell Sharon about it. "I'm at a loss for words." Nick reassures Sally in her suite that she shouldn't worry. Sally begs him to temporarily live in denial about her death. Simply put, she is not prepared for what is ahead. Nick reassures her that they will get through this. Everything is going to work out. The two of them lock arms. Summer assures Adam that her grandfather at Jabot doesn't have to enlist Kyle's help in pushing him out the door because he can do it on his own. Victor is trying to get Adam to see that he has been misplaced in the workplace. Before he can help, he has to take a serious tumble. To make it happen, he'll need Kyle's assistance. Kyle is hoping to recoup some of his expenses.